Hello, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Mentally Business. I am your host, Kamisha Brewer Dickerson, and today is episode number 97, and we are talking about money for growth. Money for growth. But before I get into today's episode, I want to introduce myself. I am a licensed professional counselor. Practicing here in the state of Arkansas, I am a business coach for new therapists. I teach new therapists how to set up, structure, and market their private practice without relying on directories or paid ads. I teach them how to do this by using relationship based marketing as their most effective strategy. I am a professional speaker. I do workshops, trainings, keynotes, panel discussions. I've spoken over 300 times and I love speaking. I love sharing inspiration and transformation to audiences. And it's such a fun experience for me to be able to do that. So, I'm also the author of the book, Thought Life Confessions. It is available on my website, cbrewerconsulting.com, if you don't have it. And it also makes a great stocking stuffer. So I have several people who are ordering books right now to give out to their loved ones for Christmas. So let's get into the content for today. We are talking about the money for growth. Last week, we were talking about mindset, some of the mindset shifts we need to make. And mindset is just the prep work that has to be done in order to achieve whatever outcome or results you're seeking after. But we have to make sure that mentally we're in a good space that is conducive and healthy and safe for learning to occur and for new experiences to be able to happen. And even just implementation of strategy and execution, mindset piece has to be in alignment and very much so thriving to accomplish those things. So now that we've talked about the mindset, now we have to talk about the money that is required for growth. Money and money mindset, which is why we're doing this in this order, which is still definitely a part of the framework in the way that I teach. But the money is required for the things that we're trying to do. There's no way around it. For you beginning entrepreneurs who are listening to this episode, you can do free workshops, you can do free webinars, you can do the live streams, listen to the podcasts. You're going to get some gems, some nuggets, but because you don't have the full blueprint and the full strategy, you don't really know what to do with the things that people gave you. So you probably, those of you that have been listening to me, thank you. I really appreciate the love. Thank you for subscribing, liking, sharing, commenting, all the things. But many of you have been listening to me for years. You've got a couple other coaches in other states that you enjoy listening to. You've got some big shot gurus in the speaking and coaching and personal development space and motivational speakers. You're listening to all of us and you haven't paid anyone any money to get the full plan and the full blueprint of the transformation that they provide in their services and in their programs. So, in order to really grow, you're going to have to invest and you're going to have to make a transaction where you are paying them money and you're making an investment. It's also an investment in your business. It could potentially be a write-off depending on what it is. You and your CPA can work that out. But you're making an investment in your business and in yourself to learn something to move you from where you are to where you want to be. And if it doesn't get you all the way there, it gets you closer to that place than where you are in this current spot, in this current position. So we have to organize the money, okay? Have to get it organized. And I love serving the startups. I love serving beginning entrepreneurs. I specifically serve new therapists who are maybe not new to the field, but at least new to the business of private practice. But the module that they struggle with the most is on money, and it's budgeting and it's organizing the money and it's understanding cash flow. So some of the things that I want you guys to really consider as you're trying to get your money together for growth going into the upcoming year is just understanding your cash flow. Where is money coming in from? Is it online courses, products, your salary job, part-time side hustle? Do you have a hobby? House cleaning, dog sitting, you do some resume writing, resume reviewing, you're editing manuscripts for authors. I don't care what you're doing, you can always monetize a skill set. There are people who make millions of dollars per year by eating food and leaving reviews online. So there's always a way to monetize a skill set. But for now, for where you are, not for where you want to be, where is money coming in? You, your spouse, we've got child support, alimony, spousal support. Like, where is their money coming into your life, into the business, into the home? Where is it coming from? And then the follow up question from that is, where is it going? Okay. What are the expenses? Are we talking, we've got your basics, your rent, your mortgage, your insurance, your car notes, daycare, food, groceries, gas, like basic necessities for life to do day to day living. But beyond that, where else is the money going? Are we talking Netflix, Hulu, Chick-fil-A, all of your other subscriptions? Are you spending money on getting your hair done, nails done, Amazon, shopping online, all the cute boutique stores that we know and love? Where is it going? Because as we are moving into the upcoming year, there's a lot of conversation about the recession. Many financial experts say we are already in a recession. We have been in it for several months now, and it is going to get worse. I don't know. I'm not a financial expert. I'm not, speaking from that perspective because it's not my lane. It's not my scope of work by any means. But I do know that regardless of what the economy does, if it's great or if it's terrible, we need to have an understanding of our cash flow, and we need to know where money's coming in, where it's going out, and then also understanding what do we need to grow and what do we need to move forward. One of my financial advisors that I've worked with over the years, she talks about your sleep number, and the sleep number is the number that, as long as it's at least that much in the account, you can sleep peacefully. But if it dips below that or significantly below that, you might be worried and you might be stressed out. So figure out what your number is that brings you peace, brings you comfort, and what is your crisis number where it's like, oh my goodness, we have to get a second job, or I'm going to have to quit my job and homeschool because we can't afford daycare and for both of us to work in the home, outside the home, whatever you guys are doing. But you need to have an understanding of your money situation and your money relationship in order to grow and to go to the next level. So if you're trying to go to the next level, you need to know how much it is that you need. So for many of you, it is a CPA, it could be an online course, it could be a business coach, it could be hiring a personal trainer, a nutritionist, it could be getting your children a tutor. And instead of you sitting back saying, okay, well, I don't have the money for this, I can't afford it, they're expensive, they have a nice looking website, so they must be expensive. You don't know that. You need to find out how much it costs and figure out how you're going to get it legally and ethically, of course. Okay, that is always my implication when I say go get the money. Okay, I'm not talking about committing crimes or anything like that. Full disclaimer, that is not what I am teaching you guys. But does that mean you need to not eat out and go through the drive-through for 30 days, take all of the money you would have spent in the drive-through and do meal prep at home, or make the stretch meals? My family, we grew up on stretch meals. Stretch meals are spaghetti, lasagna, soup. Like you can eat off of it for a couple of days and it'll get your family through a week or whatever. So making those type of lifestyle changes will definitely help you to get the money you need to invest in your own growth. No one's coming to do this. You know you need a coach. You went all year long. You don't have a coach. You don't have a CPA. You don't have your personal trainer. You don't have a stylist. You don't have whatever it is that you need. You know you don't have that. You didn't have it this year. So in order for you to have it next year, you need to be getting things in place and in motion to create them. So that is something that you also need to consider. What is the number and how can you go get it? And just understanding that the art of budgeting, it is a core business skill. It is a basic business skill. You need to understand your transactions. You need to understand the flow of your business, of your household. There are so many free tools online. You can just YouTube them and look up free budgeting tools that will help you track your money. Like every single dollar, you can give it a home, you can give it a place so you'll know exactly what your funds look like and what's coming in, what's going out, and where you can cut some things out. And it'll show you your margins. Okay. One of the apps that I use is when I first started getting a grip on my budgeting, when I first started my business, and even trying to get my personal finances together, is Every Dollar. It's a Dave Ramsey tool. I'm not an affiliate of Dave Ramsey. I've watched him, I've listened to him, I've read his books, taken, his courses for years. So I'm not by any means endorsing him. I'm just giving you guys a starting place as far as a budgeting tool because I like the app and it's simple, it's easy to use. It'll show you your margins. Like, okay, this is how much is coming in, this is how much is going out, this is how much you're spending on groceries, this is how much you're spending on entertainment, this is how much you're spending on just your vehicle. So, if you have a $700 car note and it's not working for your family anymore just because of the economy, inflation, or you change jobs, consider doing something with your car, even if that means you need to sell your car and, find a cheaper car option or make your family work with one car. You have options, but you have to get a grip on the budget. It's going to be hard for you to move forward if you are afraid of your own numbers. You can hire a CPA, you can hire a bookkeeper, but their job is not to tell you what to do with your money. They may advise you on some ways you could make some decisions, right? With the IRS and your investments and how to create a tax strategy that works for your goals. They're going to advise you on those things, but your day-to-day habits, they don't do that because you're an adult. And so those day-to-day habits, those things come from you. So if 2022 has been hard for you, consider doing some research and doing some homework. This is where you use YouTube University, and just consider learning about better ways to be better at budgeting, about managing your money, about self-denial of online shopping and going through the drive-through when you don't have time. You know you're not going to have time. You know your week's going to be busy. You've got dance, soccer, football, cheerleading, baseball season this spring. Like, you've got all the things. Start meal prepping at the beginning of the week. And if you're like, well, I don't have time to meal prep, okay, cool. Pay somebody to meal prep. You can do time, you can do talent, you can do all kinds of options. But if you really don't have time, we also need to figure out where your time went, because it means somebody else has your time. And if you're at capacity and you need to delegate some things, then again, get a grip on the budget, take the money to pay somebody to give you some time back. Okay. And that's essentially how you grow and how you scale. But there's so many words going around right now with just big words: revenue, projections, offers, contracts, securing the deal, conference meeting, discovery call, like all the cute funsies of business. But honestly, that's higher level business stuff. Your business basics are your budget and you understanding who you are, what you do, what problem you solve, what products and services you have that are going to solve those problems, and then pricing them based on the transformation and the audience you're attracting. That's it. It's really simple. Doesn't have to be complicated and complex. So before you get to securing contracts and talking about, your third quarter revenue, your fourth quarter revenue, before you can start using all those big words, you need to know how much you spent on your software systems. You need to know exactly how much you spent on paper for your office or paper clips. I don't know. Any of the things you're using, you need to know what those numbers are before you get to the big numbers, because those things, they're still going to be there. You're just going to have more to manage. And I'm biblical, right? So one of the core principles that I do believe, that to whom much is given, much is required. So when you have more money, that means you have to manage more money. If you are struggling to manage $200, 20,000 will be a disaster for you, because you're not going to be able to give an account for where those funds went. And then it is a problem for your CPA. And then it is a problem for the IRS, and they're going to let you know that it's a problem, and you're going to get audited, and you're going to have to figure some stuff out. So manage what you have well, manage the money, manage what's coming in, manage what's going out, document it, track it, develop healthy habits, develop a new mindset for your money of self-denial. Like, okay, those shoes are cute, but I don't have to have them, because what I need more is a business coach to help me get my business together so I can make more money and take care of my family. Yes, I want to go take that trip. I'm not saying don't take a vacation. Y'all hear me and hear me well. But I am saying you don't have to take a vacation to Brazil every single month, knowing good and well you are struggling to pay for daycare for your children. So self denial on the things that really don't matter, so you can make better decisions for the things that will matter, so you can play the long game. Recession or not, making smart decisions with a money mindset for growth will set you up for success. It doesn't have to be complicated. You can use old school basic principles of living within your means. And at some point, even when you live within your means, y'all, at some point you're going to have to go make more money once you've gotten everything down to the bare expenses of, like, okay, this is the number, this is what we spend, so we need to go make more. Okay, so I hope you found value in this episode. Make sure that you share it out. If you would like to work with us at C Brewer Consulting and have me speak to your team or to your audience, please let us know, and we would love to do that. Make sure you share this out, and we will see you in the next episode.